I got options. Yeah. Oh yeah. I got options. Yeah. Oh yeah. I got options. So many of them, don't know how to pick from them options. I never had nothing, but now I got so many options. Might catch me a flight out the day, I got so many options. The Maybach, the Audi, the Wraith, I got so many options. Don't know what to do anymore, I got so many options. Can't pick just one woman when they all bad and you got options. Don't know what to wear anymore, I got so many options. Thank the man up above for blessing me with so many options.
I got so many options when I'm looking through my closet, I don't know what I'm wearing. I got so many blessings, got a garage full of foreigns, I don't know what I'm driving. Thumbing through a bankroll full of hundreds, now I'm counting every blessing. Reminiscing with my moms on the times when we ain't had nothing. Told mama she ain't gotta worry about a thing no more, I got it. Took her to the store, told her anything she want, go get it, I buy it. It feels so good to say that, man, it feel good to say that, yeah. Man, I would never go back, swear I would never go back, yeah. I made a promise, be rich for my kids, go to college, and I went and did that, yeah. I made a promise that I wouldn't switch up no matter what, I never did that, yeah. I got so many options, Louis Prada, Gucci, Fendi, talking about everything. I got so many frequent flight miles now, I can go get on anything.
I got options. So many of them, don't know how to pick from them options. I never had nothing, but now I got so many options. Might catch me a flight out the day, I got so many options. The Maybach, the Audi, the Wraith, I got so many options. Don't know what to do anymore, I got so many options. Can't pick just one woman when they all bad and you got options. Don't know what to wear anymore, I got so many options. Thank the man up above for blessing me with so many options. I got so many options, yeah. Dirty the trending topic, yeah. I got so many commas, so you know it's some money in every pocket. I see it, I want it, I get it in. Look at these diamonds, they glistening. Tune in the mama, now listening. So many whips like I'm in a pen. Started with nothing, I came from the bottom. I'm come from a different cloth, you niggas fraud. I cannot trust them as far I can throw them, cause most of these niggas be acting like bras. So many that I'm playing with. A lot of jewelry I'm finna get. So many outfits with so many options. Sometimes I don't know which one I'ma pick. Going back broke, not an option. No. So if you're not talking about money, you're trying to get it, why the f is you talking? Look at them mad cause I'm saucing. I told my mama Hakuna Matata, I'm gon' get her out of the hood. I got her out of the hood. Now she good and we got so many options. So many of them, don't know how to pick from them options. I never had nothing, but now I got so many options.
Say I can't win, hey. Say I can't win, say I can't win, I came to win, yeah. Only do it for the wins. I hope the Lord forgive me for my sins. I wanna kick this knowledge to my friends. I tell her come and then she ask me when. I start, I finish shit until the end. I'm on my bankroll, never been. I follow legends, you just follow trends. Bitch, I'm only in this game for the wins, yeah. Wins. I'm only in this game for the wins. I hope the Lord forgive me for my sins. I wanna kick this knowledge to my friends. I tell her come and then she ask me when. I thought I finished it until the end. I follow legends, you just follow trends. Bitch, I'm only in this game for the win. We don't take L's, bitch, we taking lessons. I done turn hard work into blessings. I done turn blood money to investments. I done smoke an ounce of rust to keep from stressing. I been getting money since my adolescence. I love that black nap, but to judge me my weapon. Come from a city where niggas be stepping. Lace on my Nikes, you know that I'm stepping. I ain't just rapping. Take off my hat because I am not captain. She drive the boat and bitch, I am the captain. Go to the boat up and stack off the craps. And the roulette. There's one in the chamber, play Russian roulette. I'm here for the win, double down on my bet. Imported from Cali, I smoke on the best. I'm finding no stylist, I dress to impress. Notorious flow on 2
Hey.
What's up?
Good evening. Welcome to Live with Eric and SoSo. I am SoSo.
And I am Eric. What's up, my girl, SoSo?
What's going on? How are you?
Man, you know I'm living, so I'm doing good.
Good.
I'm winning. You know what I'm saying? I'm winning.
So shouts out to the artists for both songs. Options is written by Jonathan XR Lewis and also performed by him and Dirty Low. And y'all can find that on YouTube or all platforms where music, you can find your music, is called Options by Dirty Low and XR, Pretty Boy XR. And y'all can follow them on their Instagram and their social media. Actually, Jonathan Lewis and Kareem Burrell is their Facebook, and then their Instagram, Kareem's Instagram is Dirty Music with the Z. Also, the intro song, I Came to Win, is by Don Relent. You can find that also on YouTube or all streaming platforms. And by him on Instagram and Facebook, Don Relent, Relent. All right. So shouts out to them for the music. And they dope artists. So y'all go follow them.
Absolutely, man. I love it. I still
I
get
can't
hyped
hear
every
you.
time I hear it.
Huh?
You can hear me? Can you hear me now?
A little bit.
Oh, it got to be on your end.
Very low.
Really?
Petito. Is that how you say it? Petito?
Check, check, check.
Say something. You got to talk in the mic. Check, check, check. It's not a mic check.
It's not a mic check. It's more of a mic
Very
check.
low. Turn your volume up.
You know the volume. Volume is what you hear. You got to turn your volume up.
All right, I hear you now. Now my volume up. Your thing was low.
Because my volume ain't going to change what you hear.
You're good now.
I'm good? Okay.
You're good now. So anyway, we're going to jump right into it because, we linger and then we go over time. And so, and since we be starting at a later time, I don't want to end too late. So,
Right.
Yeah, so we got a good topic today. Basically, the topic that we discussed on the Unfiltered group page. And we got a lot of comments stemming from this topic. It was basically, what do you do in this situation when the man is trying to, be intimate, have sex with his girlfriend or wife, and she say she don't feel like it tonight, and he's like, it's been 2 weeks. And so basically it's like, what do you get out of that? Is it okay for your partner to refuse sex?
Man, deny. Access denied.
But
Man.
deny sex. Same difference. Refuse,
Right.
deny.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely, I don't care what you call it, because it's going to hurt that ego real bad. It's going to hurt real bad. But, man, I think we got to go a little deeper into into why. I need to know why she's refusing, because I think she has every right to refuse, first of all. But that's just how I am now. So here's the thing. I believe that she has every right to refuse, but then also understand that if you're just doing it because you're mad at me or for whatever reason, it ain't got nothing to do, with your a sickness or time of the month, anything like that. If you just say, man, nope, I'm not in the mood, then there's, now all of a sudden you got to deal with how that make me feel. But the foundation of it to me is, yeah, you got every right to do that. But I believe that to go into this really, deep, and to really add value to the conversation, we have to put it into a place where we're gonna say it has nothing to do with like her being sick, okay, and it has nothing to do with her that time of month. So let's just go ahead and take that off the table.
Okay.
And so now, so we can see it clearly. So now we got to dig into this thing, because see, I need to identify, are you using this as a way of manipulating me? Is this some type of witchcraft? Are you trying to control me, by withholding sex? Okay, you feel me?
Wait, can I stop you real quick?
Yeah, stop me, because
I noticed something different. You don't have your background.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
I'm like, wait a minute. I'm noticing like this is weird here.
And yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay, now I feel better. All right, you can continue
Yeah,
now.
man. Now we can start. Now
Now
we
we
can
can
start the
start.
show.
Yeah.
Man, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready now.
You're ready now. That's why I couldn't hear you because it was something that was distracting me.
Something. It was just something about it. Okay, so we here now. I mean, this happened. This is hey, we live. We live.
We are live.
So help me out. What do you think? What do you know? You are well. I get. You know what? A man can withhold sex.
Yeah, and I have
You
been
know.
withheld sex before. We
What
can go
I'm gonna say
personal.
is it's got to be a very rarity. But okay. So
It,
this is what
it
I need to know.
but the only thing was because it was a medical reason behind it. So that's why it was denied me. And I had to I had to literally, you know what I'm saying, adjust to it or whatever. I didn't go out and cheat or whatever because I knew he had a something that was going on medically.
Right.
But if it's a woman, you know, or if it's a man that if it was a man that and he because it was funny because somebody on the post actually um asked what if it was the man, right? And the
Okay.
first thing I said, I'm like, he was cheating, and I'm like, LOL. But
Yeah, but you were serious though.
no, I mean that could be a reason. But
Right.
then also she was like, that's what she had said, but she was actually going through it with a friend.
Hmm.
Actually, I screenshotted some of the um comments, but I don't know if I screenshotted her reply to me, so I'm gonna get to it on the post. Um, she said, "What if it's coming from the guy?" And I was like, he cheating, LOL. And she said, so the trees, I said that too, but I don't know. I think it's that it's not me. I think it's that it's not me, it's my friend. And I told her, I think that's depressed, low key. I
Hmm.
said, yeah, it could be. I said, if he lost a job or feeling insecure about something, that can definitely play a part in it. Or maybe
Right.
he just isn't into his woman like he used to be. She may need to try a different approach. And she was like, yep, that's definitely what I told her. And he lost his uncle and niece. So, yep. I was like, well, he's dealing with a two loss. Then, yeah, that can kind of take him out. But for how long is that going to be a reason? Like, how long is it going to take you to get over that and grieve and be me? Because with you grieving for so long and you're separating yourself from me and you taking away that time, that intimate time from me, then it's going to kind of like put a little hole or gap in our relationship because you allow your grief to, you know what I'm saying, take over our intimacy. So it can definitely change our relationship. So
So did
I
he
mean, men,
allow
yeah,
the grief to happen? I mean, I don't know if that's the best way to say
okay.
it.
Well, okay, I won't say allow, but
Right.
I mean, grief happens, and when nobody know how long you can tell you how long to grieve.
Right.
You know
Right.
how long, you know what I'm saying? But you're not, honestly, you're not supposed to mourn whatever for a long time. Okay, but it's of course that's not human to say, okay, I'm done because I can't mourn for a long time, I can't grieve for a long time.
Right.
But you can't, yeah, allow it to interfere in your relationship. You have to be able to, if you're grieving, you can't let the grief take over,
Right.
basically. So you are kind of allowing it because you're not controlling it or you have no control over your feelings. That's this emotion. So
Right.
if you're without having control over it, you're kind of allowing it to overpower what you have going on in your relationship.
So what do you think? And I guess it can be a case by case situation to where
Mm-hmm.
one person would say hey 2 weeks is okay, but a month is you know I'm gonna have an issue. I mean, so you know what is a normal length of time to where it's okay for me to go without. I mean, and then if you reach that point, and let's say the person is still grieving, then what do you do
Mm-hmm.
next? What do you do next? I mean, do
Right.
you,
And that's the thing. Like if that person is, so it's been 2 weeks
okay,
and I've been trying to, comfort this person. I've been trying to be intimate with this guy, and he's still not feeling it. After
right,
2 weeks, like he's still grieving and he's still like, oh, I'm so sad. And now, and it's like, okay, let's talk. Like what is it that I can do to get you out of this funk, to get you out of this mood? Like it's I
Right.
don't know how I can't help you not grieve because you lost two people, important people in your life. That's hard.
Right.
That's very hard to lose an uncle and a niece,
Mm.
and around the same time. So yeah, but it's been 2 weeks. And each time I try to touch you or comfort you, you're denying me. You're like,
Right.
no, I'm not for it. I don't want it yet. But it's been 2 weeks. Like, how much longer do I have to go? Because now you're dismissing me and my needs. And I know I haven't been selfish. I've been by you and I've been, what I'm saying, accepting it for 2 weeks, allowing you to go and do what you grieve, how you want need to grieve, and, hope that, you can get through it for 2 weeks. And now here it is, the third week, and we're still on the same thing. Now, is it something more? Are you using this as a cover up for something else? Or do you need to go to counseling, to grief counseling, so you can learn how to deal with your grief, and not let it interfere with us? Because if you need to go to grief counseling, let's set that up. And if you refuse grief counseling and you keep refusing me, then it seems like it's something more than just you grieving.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So let's say that he doesn't he doesn't do the grief counseling. Okay. Um. So well, no. Let's say he do the counseling. Okay, but now but he's still not. There's still no sex, and now you gotta go. Let's say that counseling is 6 months.
Counseling is what?
He's been in counseling for 6 months, so now you're going on 7 months without having sex.
Mm-hmm.
So it's counseling. Because what I'm trying to get at is see is, are you saying to me that if he go to counseling, it's gonna be okay not to have sex? You're gonna accept that as
No,
a
that's
grief?
not what I'm saying at all. What
Okay,
I'm
help me out.
saying is, what I'm saying is, you have been grieving for 2 weeks and denying me sex for 2 weeks. I'm in the bed with you every night for 2 weeks, and I have not been able to touch you or have sex with you for 2 weeks.
Right.
So you're grieving. You're saying I'm still grieving. This is your reason why you have not touched me in 2 weeks, because
Right.
you're still grieving. So okay, let's learn how to deal with your grief. Let's learn how to make your grief to where you're still able to satisfy me. You give me, cater to my needs.
Right.
So yeah, start your grief counseling. But grief counseling should be helping you way longer than 7 months. If you haven't learned anything from grief counseling, and it's been months and months and you still denying me, that means that it's not your grief. It's something else. Something else that's going on with you that you're not telling me. Somebody else that's going on with you that you're not telling me. It's something.
Right.
But after 4 weeks, after a month, and you still denying me, and you're still not catering to my needs, then I'm gonna have to hit the road, Jack. For
Okay.
real.
No, that's real talk. That's real talk. Because, but this, I'm telling you what I'm hearing. Okay, and you correct me. Okay, so I had a niece and I had a aunt that passed back to back. Two family members. Okay, I go into a depression. Okay, so let's we can call it grief, but it's essentially I'm in a depression. Okay, now I don't I know something's wrong with me, but because I'm in this depression, I really don't recognize it. But you being my significant other, you recognize it. You say, hey, something's not right with you, Eric. Okay, you need some professional help. So now
Right.
you get me in this professional help.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're gonna tell me that there's a time limit on how soon I need to be helped, because if it exceeds that time limit, you're going to leave me.
Yep. Look, if you don't know how to get over depression, as far as praying, as far as taking the steps and doing the work that your counselor is giving you, as far as not denying me, because the more I feel neglected by you and your depression, and it keeps going on and on, it's like apparently this is not helping you. So you're stuck in your depression. You've been stuck in your depression. It's going to make me depressed. I don't want to be depressed. And my relationship is down. It's no fun in my relationship. There's no activity in my relationship. Now it's just all sad. I don't, and so now it's like you just can't get over this depression. And I did everything I could to help you, but you're stuck in it. It's like you want to be in it.
So you know what you're
not taking no steps. You're not taking no steps to make it better. You're not touching me at nights. It's been all past 2 weeks at this point, and we still haven't had sex.
You know what you're saying, right?
You know what I'm saying? So yes, no, I'm out. I'm done. Yeah. I'm gone. And when you call me when you get better.
Right.
Period.
See, this is where I'm at. It could be something mental like depression, but it can also see, you're telling me if I was in an accident and we're together, you my girl. You're telling me if I was in an accident and I got paralyzed, you gonna leave me.
No, because you said we're not including any illnesses or nothing. No, he's trying to change it.
Okay.
Not including any illnesses.
Okay. But your feeling is still the same regardless. Oh, you telling me
if you're in an accident, a car accident, and you broke your leg, okay, your leg healed.
But I'm talking about I got paralyzed.
From what angle? The top half or bottom half?
The bottom half. I can't get it up.
No, you got paralyzed bottom half, then there ain't nothing you can do about it. But
right.
Then ain't
nothing what would you do though?
Now you can agree. Now, how fair is that to me? How fair is that to me if you're paralyzed from the bottom and you expect me to still be with you and you cannot satisfy me in bed?
Now,
you up now?
We were good before the accident.
We can do this. Yeah, we can do this. Now, you can agree that if I stay with you, I'll stay with you, but I got to go outside and have sex with somebody. I got to. I cannot. It's unfair that you get paralyzed from the bottom half and I got to suffer through you not being able to satisfy me in bed. I have to. If you want me to stay with you, I love you. I love being with you. You're a fun guy, but you're not fun in bed no more. So I gotta go have fun in bed with something. So I gotta have a boyfriend on the side.
Okay.
And so Marquise Wells, that's one of the best artists, TMH, Most High. And actually, I'm gonna play a snippet of his songs later on, actually too. He said, "Hell no, you paralyzed, you cut." See what I'm saying? Exactly. That's what I won't even say cut. We can have an agreement. We'll stay together because I love you. I don't want to leave you, but we have to agree that I have to be able to go outside and have a mate, a sex mate. Okay. He ain't got to come to the house. I'll still sleep with you at night, but during the day, I got to go get me something. And so,
no, I got you. Okay, so, and I'm just trying to understand. So, if so you're saying that the extent of our relationship is based on my ability to serve you, to give you sex, because once that ends, then that ends the relationship as we knew prior.
Sex is a very big part of a relationship. And if anybody say it's not, they're lying. Sex is sex is just as big as finances in a relationship. This is why people go out and cheat. Sex is a very big part in a relationship. So if I'm with you and we're in bed together and I have a sexual connection with you and I can't have you, or my needs come up and you can't satisfy my needs, or you refuse to satisfy my needs, and you continue to refuse to satisfy my needs, then I have to take my needs somewhere else. And I'm not just going to jump in bed with anybody. Of course, I have to build a relationship with that person, but I have to get my needs satisfied.
Right.
A woman got needs too.
Right. Now I get it. I'm just getting an understanding. And because you do know that it's a good chance when the older you get, all this changes.
Viagra, Cialis,
okay,
penis pumps, It's a lot of things that can help you rise again.
Right. Now, I mean, listen. Everybody's got listen. That if that's how, the only thing I can say, if you know, if that is how you feel, then that should be like one of those deal breakers that we talked about on the other episode. That should be one of those things that I need you to tell me in the beginning of the relationship.
That should be common sense, though.
Oh
Because
no, don't
it's
say
just like
common
at the
sense.
other end. It should be just as the other end where if it was the woman and say the woman started going through her menopausal stage. And some women, when they go through menopause, like I said before, they say sex hurt. They say
Yeah.
sex hurt. They say, the women, some of them get dry down there. Sex is uncomfortable. It doesn't feel the same no more. And so it's like now I have to refuse sex with you because I don't like sex no more at this point because it doesn't feel the same to me. It's not pleasurable to me.
Right.
So you telling me that you're just going to deal with me for all these months
Absolutely.
and months and months
And
and with
years and
me
years.
refusing sex because it's not comfortable with me?
Yes. That's how adulting it works.
That's the
Yeah.
adult. So what you gonna you guys gonna go and make that left hand strong? I mean, I'm just
Or
saying.
you can do the right hand. The right one works fine.
Anyway, let's go to some comments. So Marquise Wells again says, "You gotta have thick skin or a strong dosage of compromising to agree to something like that." Though I must say, are you talking about agree for me to go out and have sex with somebody if you paralyzed? And then, wait a minute. He said, "Okay, somebody, hold on, I'm going fast." Um, he says, Sex is huge. Yes, in a relationship. I'm I'm trying to see. And then he
Thanks for the
said
invite.
vinegar in the bathtub.
Now I don't know what that
That's
means.
a douche. That's a douche, right? Like women put vinegar like to clean themselves out or something like that.
Do that help guys? I don't know. Educate me.
I don't know. Is that a man's thing? You're gonna have to elaborate on that, Marcus.
Yeah, I mean, help
me
me out.
calling you your real name.
Not
Most time you're gonna have to you're gonna have to elaborate on that. Okay, and hey Tiffany. Tiffany
Hey,
said,
Tiffany.
"Common sense is not always common." Yeah, I know, right? I love Tiffany. She always be on my side.
Right, and listen, no, she said, you say, hey, it's common sense. You should know it. The thing is, everybody don't know that my spouse is gonna leave me. If I get depressed or if I get paralyzed, I don't know if everybody just knows that. It's tight enough to.
He's like,
okay, so
that's tighten up the clues. Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
How you know about that? Your girlfriend told you that.
Yeah.
And it cleans you out. It cleans it out a little bit too. So yeah. I'm like, that worked for the men too. I knew.
Right. I'm like, man, I'm about to try it. It probably does the opposite thing for men. So we probably need to stay away from that.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for tagging everybody in this too.
Yeah,
Also,
man, that's a big deal. I love that.
Tagging a lot of people. Thank you.
Come on in.
He tagging everybody. Thank you for tagging people. So, all right. So say we're gonna go back. So I want to go into these comments that I screenshotted from the group, and these are some funny comments. People are so funny. So I had put them. Let me see if we can see them. I can also read them off if we can't see all of them. So this one says, this is basically, okay, hold on. We're going to go. I don't know where screenshot this is with Bernadine. I want to start with the top screenshot with Bobby McHenry. Hold on. Okay, so this is Bobby McHenry has said, "I'll just turn back over and go back to sleep." Terrell Radio Redmond said, "She's cheating." And then T Graham had said, "Nope." And then so these are the comments from Terrell. He said, "T shit, 2 weeks she'd have found something new. He ain't got nothing, or he ain't good or something." And then T said, "Nope, he ain't putting that time in. Women are different." And so then Terrell said, "T, maybe she 2 weeks she should have spoke up." So then Coretta Brown responded to Terrell and said, "I'm beginning to understand why relationships are toxic now. Men don't understand women, and some men don't want to put the work in to understand women. And so then I think that one was there.
Yeah.
And so then, okay, so that's that one. And
See,
then we
I
have,
think Coretta hit on something. Keep going. She hit on something.
yeah. Okay, so then let me see, that's Kareem. Okay, hold on. I'm out of, okay, that's Coretta. I'm trying to get this right, y'all. Trying to go in order.
Oh, look at
Okay, so
Eric.
it's the Don Vito.
Oh, you just gonna
I'm
skip
trying
over
to
my
find
topic.
if in the order they are in the thing. I guess I put them in okay, so this is
Thanks for
Don
sharing.
Vito. He said if one restaurant is closed, I'll find another one open. Maurice
That's
Anderson
funny.
said keep up all that keep her up all day all night until she says yes so she can go to sleep.
Oh, that's so sad to me. That's so sad.
I tell you these comments are wild. Joseph Raymond said call my side chick. Latricia Hatcher said, go my ass to bed. Miss Tosha Latrice, actually, I'm going to have Tosha and her fiance, Rob, on the show soon. I'm trying to schedule them a day to come on the show.
Awesome.
She
Okay.
said, talk to her. Something is wrong. If not, then she lost her spark. Either way, they need to get to talking.
There it is.
T. Graham again says, LOL, maybe she needs some romance. Women physically and mentally working like men, not as God intended. Extra care is needed to feel like a sensuous woman. D Wiz said that's when y'all need to really talk because 2 weeks is too much. So then Taco Tony replied to D Wiz. Okay, so that's D Wiz. I'm all out of order here. Well, I'm just gonna not even pull it up. I'm just gonna read it how it. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Taco Tony replied to D Wiz and said she be receiving a 2 week notice.
What?
He said, "Get your affairs in D Wiz, get your affairs in order, baby." And then
Wow.
Coretta Brown said, D Wiz facts because 2 weeks means something is off. Either she is tired
Man,
from working a lot or depressed. And
but that's
then
fact. I don't, man, you going too fast because
you want me to stop?
I mean, this is alarming to me. And I'm like, I need to know an age bracket. I need to know, what are the mentality? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm from a different world. Maybe it's a down south thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I don't see where we end relationships because somebody then withheld for 2 weeks. Now, y'all gotta help me with that, man. I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
Kareem Burrell said, go to bed. Derek Walker said, head to IG. Instagram. You said he needs to pour more into her during the day so she will be ready by nighttime. Foreplay starts in the morning, which is true.
Look at all them likes and hearts on that. My.
Whatever. And then Richard Perry, I guess, challenged you and said, or he can't use manipulation. Tell her he still loves her, even if she gained a little weight 2 days ahead of time. By the time 48 hours done passed, she ready to make sure she still got what it takes, or do both suggestions to guarantee some coochie. I don't know what that meant.
I didn't get
and then she replied, Coretta replied, Richard Perry, really manipulation. No wonder many women are scorned. Richard Perry said, you asked. I don't know. And then Lorenzo, which I'm surprised he's not here today, rebuttaling everything I say. That's your guy.
Yeah, right. I need him.
He'll
I need him right
probably chime in soon. He said, okay, until you do feel like it, do I have your permission to call someone that does feel like it? Then take you for about 20 to 30 minutes and sneak quietly back into bed and lay with your back turned towards her and don't feel like talking right now. If she puts her ass on the small of your back, that's the green light to turn over and start kissing the small of her back. I guess. I don't know what that meant. He gonna bring another woman in bed without her knowing?
No. He was.
No, that was a lot, Lorenzo.
After he watched the Tubi movie, he gonna come back.
Right, he got horny off the Tubi movie.
Yeah, and they'll do it to you.
I guess that's what he's saying.
Some of them.
I'm a little confused on that one. Oops. Yeah. So Michael Ortiz put up a meme that said, "Just eat it."
Okay.
LaShawn Stewart said she mentally and emotionally left the relationship. Simple bro not doing his job. Elizabeth Reynolds said, "Yeah, this me all the time. No thanks, I'm good." Oh wow, Elizabeth. Trayvon
Wow.
Robinson said, "This is the exact reason I'm single. I don't got time." Mike Haynes said, "That's when you hit up your side chick." Coretta
Mm.
Brown then said, "Recommend counseling." Bernadine said, "When I've gotten to this point in any relationship, it was because I was completely done mentally, physically, and emotionally, and was no longer attracted to my partner. I think it's time to let go and walk away or get some counseling." And then Cynthia Warfox said, "If I am the guy, I am going to pull her into my arms and hold her and reassure her that it's okay and make her feel loved. Anyway, if I am the girl, I'm going to give him two choices: cold shower or cold basement."
Wow. Wow.
And then Edward Coleman said, "There's obviously an issue. Don't always assume it's one thing or another. Women are very complicated, both emotionally and physically, and those two aspects of them are intertwined, especially depending on what age she is. If she's unwilling to discuss what's going on with her, or her answers are dismissive to me, that's the bigger issue."
Right.
Yes. And so then Raul Torres made a good point. He said,
Okay.
"She ain't talked for 2 weeks." I mean, he ain't talked for 2 weeks. Like, why you wait 2 weeks? This is how you try to get some, which makes sense. And then Rob A said, "Because who believes in monogamy?" And then
What?
John Ball said 2 weeks is just selfish. A lot of women just don't have sex as a priority in relationships anymore. Going out and being seen is more important. The man can be doing everything right and still deal with this foolishness. The only thing that's not a true choice is if she's premenopausal and the emotions and hormones are all over the place. Other than that, sex is very important. If she not valid, then the man has a choice to make. Me personally, I'm not going to deal with it. I'll end the relationship myself and move on. And then Frankie Schaefer said, "Tell her to get the fuck out." Using
Wow.
sex as a mind game manipulation tactic, ain't it, Chief? It's one thing if it's all one of her and there. If it's one thing if it's one off here and there and
Right.
just actually exhausted. But multiple weeks, that's manipulation. As other comments have said, would assume they're cheating, and if it was found out to be true, run. And then David Roberts, which is my uncle, said, "Time for a new woman." And
I'm in shock. I don't even know what to say.
Ron Greenway said, Ron Greenway said he better head to the bathroom and do a little over the shoulder boulder holder. and
Oh man, that's funny.
and then that's when Anisha Kimber asked what if it was coming from the guy. And then Dexter Carter said, "I'm cheating. Fuck you think this is." I'm like, wow. Like,
But yeah. So it just
yeah, that was a lot.
yeah, yeah.
That's
Man, I mean, listen, I am I shouldn't be surprised, but I'm not really surprised, but I it is kind of alarming because I mean let's be honest, we deal with relationships, we deal with the good stuff and the bad stuff,
right.
and we deal with real stuff, and
Oh,
this is
there's
a real
Lorenzo. Look,
deal.
Lorenzo just joined. Hey, I'm sorry to cut you off, but hey,
No, you good.
Lorenzo, we're just talking about you.
Yeah,
So,
we can't really do a show without you, man.
right. We just read your comments on the page, which we're gonna have to talk about that comment, Lorenzo. But anyway, go ahead and finish. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because we deal with all these issues. That's why I'm like, I'm cool. I get this topic because I still hope that at some point during this podcast that somebody's gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? Now, but listening to those comments, man, it's almost like most of them is a hard line drawn in the sand, it's like, no, this is how it's gonna be. If this is happening, then this is what I'm gonna do. Now, my problem is this. I think that there's steps that you have to deal with before you get to that point. And to be honest with you, 2 weeks without sex don't seem like a deal breaker to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, but you're talking to a person that value relationships. So maybe we're dealing with people that obviously that relationships don't have that much of stock in them because it's too easily thrown away. And I don't get that. That's the alarming part for me. But who am I?
Yeah, but as I said, sex is a big thing, and sometimes some people make sex the majority of their relationship.
Who does that?
So where it's more lustful and they're more built off the sexual part of the sexual connection than the actual love connection, the actual, mental connection, the emotional connection. They're built off that sexual connection. So when that sexual connection there's a disconnection, then the whole relationship is tarnished because that whole relationship was built off. It started with sex and it's going to end with sex.
So would you marry a person that literally that your relationship was just built off of sex? Would you do that?
No, not at all.
So how important it is? How important if you wouldn't marry that guy, then how important is it when you say marriage? I mean, sex is a big part of the relationship, or the
Sex
most
is a big part of the relationship, but it's not it's one of the most it's one of the big parts of a relationship, but there's also other big parts of a relationship. Now, sex isn't going to determine my relationship
Wait. So okay, because I don't want to mess this up. So if sex, because I thought you were saying sex was the main part, but if it's not, then
No,
what would be your foundation? What is your foundation?
Sex is not the foundation of a relationship for me.
But what is your foundation?
My foundation is the emotional, is the spiritual, but it is an important part. It's not the foundation part.
Okay.
But if I am denied, and we have conversation and he cannot give me a straight answer as to why you're constantly denying me sex, if you're not sick, if you're not depressed or whatever, and you just going 2 weeks, and am I asking you what's wrong, and you're like, nothing, I just don't feel like it. And okay, what's wrong? Nothing, I don't feel like it tonight either. But you're outside all day, and then you come home to me, you don't feel like having sex. Who tired you out? Who took you away from me? Like, why am I denied? Why is the time, that personal time with me, denied, and you don't have a real reason to give me? You're just denying, you're just blowing me off for 2 weeks. So yeah, there's questions. And then I say, well, let's talk or let's go get help. And you don't want that either. Then that's telling me that something else is going on that don't involve me, or, it's me and you. There's something outside that you're spending your time with, and apparently you like it better, or you're being faithful to somebody else. And she probably know you were living with somebody in a relationship, but you telling her, I'm going to be faithful. I live with her. We're together, but I'm going to be faithful to you. Because it happens.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that happens. Anything can happen in this world.
Huh?
Anything can happen. I can see that. I can see that scenario, but I mean, how common is a scenario like that? Okay.
You said how common?
How common?
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
I will be surprised.
Very common. There are people that have side relationships, and as long as they got that main girl in the house that puts up with everything, that accepts you for who you are, he will be more faithful to the side chick than he would to the main chick.
And the reason why he's staying with the main chick is why?
It ain't no reason why. If you gonna be with the main chick, be with the main chick and let me go.
Right.
At this point, it should be no reason why. The reason why you got a side chick is a reason that you don't want to be with me fully. We don't deal with that. So let me go.
Okay, so the basics of how you handling this scenario is strictly on the fact that that there's a high probability that there's another woman involved, and that's why it's easy for you to say, you know what, if you deny me for 2 weeks, then I'm out, because obviously there's another woman involved. Am I right?
The basis of that scenario, yeah. Because if you can't give me an answer as to why you are denying me sex for 2 weeks straight. You're not sick. You're going to work regularly. You're not denying work their time. You're not denying your boys their time.
Okay.
But when it comes time for me in bed at night, you are denying me that time, and you cannot give me an answer to why you are denying me sex for 2 weeks.
So
that means that either you are turned off, by me, or
Mhm.
you're turned on by somebody else.
Gotcha. So when we use that scenario where they had two family members that died and he's depressed, you still was ready to leave, and that was the reason.
No, no. When we use that scenario, and I said that when they start going to grief counseling and they still was denying me, and then you said about 7 months they wouldn't have sex with me.
Still
That's not
breathing.
grief no more. That's not depression no more. It's something else, and you're not telling me about it. I would not go 7 months to being in a bed with somebody if he does not have a physical reason as to why he cannot have sex with me. I'm sorry,
Okay.
I can't. I would and I don't want to cheat on you. So I would respectfully leave you. And like I said, with the depression thingy, if you're that depressed for that long, you're gonna cause me to be depressed. And I don't want to be depressed. And I did everything I could to help you through this
Right.
depression, and you're not taking any steps to get better, then I have to save me and my mental.
Now,
And
now,
so I respectfully leave you. I
so
will cheat
just
on you.
for to make sure we're on the same page, this is what you would do if that was a boyfriend or if it was a husband, or
Or
would you
both.
change it? Or both?
That better for worse. That
So,
sometimes you gotta if you're grieving and it's 7 months past. Okay,
uh-huh,
we passed the 2 week mark.
right,
We have 7 months and you ain't touched me in 7 months, and your niece and your auntie been resting in peace, resting peacefully, and you still on this earth, still that hurt. You ain't cried that much when you lost your grandma. You ain't grieved that much when you lost your grandma, but you
maybe,
grieving this much when you lost your uncle and your niece. I can't tell you how to feel when you lost somebody, but I
right,
can tell you how to feel when it comes to me
right.
and you lost somebody, because you're denying me, and now you're causing me to be sad, to be angry. Now you're changing my emotion. Now I gotta figure out a way to. My hormones are jumping all over the place. Now it's been 7 months. I'm
Mhm.
basically celibate at this point, and I'm in a whole relationship, a whole
Now,
marriage, and
now
I'm
you did.
celibate not by choice.
So we established that, and I believe you said that the foundation was spiritual, and so I'm gonna assume that you're saying
Yeah, but you think but God would definitely understand my points. Okay, God said, "Be fruitful and multiply," and we ain't been fruitful, so we can't even multiply. Okay, so He would definitely. That is something that you cannot deny
well,
in
the
your
Bible
marriage.
also talks about times when it's okay to deny your spouse
Yeah,
sex.
but for 7 months, the Bible also
I'm
said that
just saying,
the
if
Bible also understands that we're human.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna throw in the be
God put
fruitful and
these hormones
multiply
in us.
part, he did. I mean, he did. But and only, I wasn't gonna really bring God in, but I really wanted you to just tap into that. You have a foundation, and you laid a foundation, and what you're
Mm-hmm.
saying, and that foundation is supposed to be something that can with when the bill gets shaky, the foundation should stand strong. It should
Mm-hmm.
be, if a tornado came, and it can tear down all levels of the house, but guess what? It won't tear down the foundation because it was built a certain type of way. So my thing would be, really, what are you building your relationship on? If something as simple as 2 weeks without having sex can come and tear it down.
Now you saying 2 weeks. When you was talking about the grief thing, you said
You
seven
said
months.
2 weeks. You said two
No,
weeks.
no, I'm saying 2 weeks, and you can't explain to me why. You can't give
Okay.
me a why. But you're out there hanging out with your friends. You're still going to work. You're still living your regular life. But when
Right.
it comes to me in bed, you are denying me sex. No matter
Okay.
how sexy I try to get, no matter how spontaneous I try to get, you won't turn over, and you're denying me.
Okay.
And it's
So,
been 2 weeks, and you've been denying me for 2 weeks.
so
Okay. Either
and
that's going to cause me to start snooping and trying to see why. We're trying to go through your phone and all
right.
this stuff, follow you. Well, I ain't gonna follow you because I'm too lazy. I only like to drive, but try to go to through your phone and everything. But
Uh-huh.
or it's gonna cause me to either go out and step out on you, which is something I don't want to do.
Right.
But I'm gonna have that feeling that you're stepping out on me. Or it's going to cause me to try, as much as I tried, it's 2 weeks, it's going on 3 weeks. And you still denying me with no real reason. No reason at all.
So this, if I had this conversation like this with a potential mate, and we're talking about deal breakers, and maybe we've been dating for the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and we're having this type conversation. I promise you, if she said that, then I'm gonna say, you know what? There's no need for me to even pursue this relationship.
That's great, because I will say that. Now, in the beginning, sex is not the most important thing. I'm trying to get to know you. I only want you to even, you know what I'm saying, whatever. We can go 2 months, 3 months in the beginning without having sex.
Okay.
Because I'm not even laying in the bed with you. I'm not even putting myself in that position. Or if I do, it's a no or whatever. We gotta have that connection. I gotta feel it. But at the end, well, we're in deep. We're 5 years in, and we've been consistently having great sex.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, out of nowhere,
no, man. I just lost 2,000 of them. I just lost my aunt and my niece.
No, we're not talking about the grieving thing. Okay. See, the grieving thing is different. 2 weeks, you're grieving for 2 weeks. Okay, I understand. I gave you that. 3 weeks, you're grieving. All right, maybe. Let's talk about it. 4 weeks, you're still grieving and you're still denying me. What's going on? Okay, now let's go to counseling. Let's go to grief counseling. I'm by your side. 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, you're still grieving. You can grieve all you want to. I'm going to be there. But to deny me and pass up my needs, I'm catering to your needs. But you're not catering to my needs. That's selfish. You're a selfish griever. Like you.
Let me Google that. Is that such thing? I need to know. Somebody Google that. If there's such thing as a selfish griever.
Go under SoSo dictionary. Okay,
it's gotta be.
It's gonna be there. Selfish griever. Someone who grieves selfishly by denying their mates.
I really want. This is good content, but I really want to stop you because I don't want you to dig a hole for yourself because I care too much about you.
How am I digging a hole?
Because this is pretty deep stuff you're saying, and I don't know if you really realize what you're saying. I don't know.
I am saying if you're waiting if it's 7 weeks, you're grieving for 7 weeks. 7 weeks.
Man, so where love come in at? Where love and commitment? You telling me
I'm loving you because I'm dealing with it. I dealt with it. I'm you won't even let me come you. I've dealt with it. I love you, so I'm going through this with you. I done grieved with you. I cried with you. For I said after 2 weeks. Then 3 weeks hit. Okay, 2 weeks with grief. I understand that. Yeah, you're not feeling it at all. You lost 2 important people in your life. Right. I understand that. 3 weeks, I can still understand that.
Right.
When by the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th week, and you're still down and you don't want to, but you can still get up and you can still go to work because you can't lose your job. So you care about losing your job, but you don't care about losing your wife.
I got a wife that I got to take care of, so
but you don't care about losing your wife because you might not lose me physically, but you might lose me mentally.
Absolutely.
And losing me mentally is way worse than losing me physically.
Absolutely.
So if you can get up and you can go to work and you can be yourself at work, but when you come home to me, you're down and you're sad and you don't want to touch me and you don't want me to touch you, then it's something serious, something else. It's something else besides that grief.
You do know that there is a such thing that's called situational depression. You do know that there's people that literally can function in everything, every facet of their life. They look normal and healthy. And then they suffer from depression in the worst form because of situation. Yes. So just because a person, and I had to learn this, and I learned it the hard way, because I used to tell myself, just because I literally used to tell myself that my ex, it was something personal towards me, whatever the case may be. And the only reason that the way that I proved it is because I said, because she was able to go out and do whatever else she wanted to do. And so the only time that it was a neglect is when it came to me and things that I wanted. And I stood on that. But I promise you, I was just as wrong because I didn't know no better. I had to learn.
Well, I feel like I understand situational depression. I actually wrote a story about it. But if you can cope and you can deal with life outside the house,
Mm-hmm.
you should be able to cope and deal with life inside the house, because inside the house is way more important than outside the house. Inside the house, some people can't, if I don't know what you're going through, as far
Right.
as you're going through this depression, if you're not talking to me, then it's nothing. I mean, how can I deal with somebody that's not opening up to me? How do I know how to treat that? I don't know what's going on with you. You
Right.
know, now I'm starting to think, now my mind is starting to get to wonder, is
Right.
it really this grief?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's been 7 weeks. It's been past the 2 week mark. It's about 7 weeks now.
Right.
Is he really still grieving, or is he using this as an excuse to go out to not touch me because he's touching somebody else? Because that's where my mind is going at this point.
Right.
If you don't want my mind to go there at this point, then you need to talk to me and you need
Right.
to tell me what's really going on with you. Because now it's going to do nothing but cause issues in our relationship, in our marriage. Because now instead of me standing by your side trying to help you, now I'm giving you attitude. Now I'm arguing with you. Now I'm bugging you. I'm nagging you because I'm trying to get something out of you that you're not giving to me.
Right.
And so now in my head, I'm thinking, okay, he left me. He mentally left me,
Right.
because that's
And
what it feels like. It feels like he mentally left me.
so
He's not
so
doing what he used to do for me.
and because I did that, now it's time. Now you're going to do it. You're going to say, well, hey, okay, so you physically and mentally left me, and I really believe that you have somebody else, because I don't buy that you in this depression. I don't buy that. It's been
He
too
never.
long.
What if he never told me he was going through a depression? What if he just kept saying I'm still grieving?
Yeah, yeah. Now that's a good point, because I did a show about that, and I was talking about how, and really it kind of goes into this whole conversation where we talk about a man goes into a cave, for reason. I'm not gonna go into into
Mm-hmm.
all of those reasons, but they go into a cave for a reason, for protection or whatever. Okay, now, but then the follow up to that is, you cannot allow your cave to become your tomb. Okay, and this is when
Mm-hmm.
I brought the women in to the conversation, because I believe that it's part of your responsibility to where when a man goes into his cave, keep in mind he's going there for a reason. There's something happened to him in the real world that he's going to go into this cave, and it's important that the women in our life that love. I'm talking about, it could be your mother, it could be your wife, it could be your sister, whoever close to you. This is where you have to be mindful that your spouse is going through something and it's not normal. And before you just leave him, you need to, because this may be like literally the only lifeline that he has is you.
Well, I would. Our women don't just leave. That's men. Women don't just up and leave. Okay,
Men really
we
don't leave.
try to. We men do. They might not leave physically, but they might not leave, but they gonna get somebody else and
Right.
start a whole new
They'll get
family
somebody
somewhere
else,
else.
but they don't leave.
They gonna have a whole nother life somewhere else.
But they
Women
will not
are
leave you.
women. Black women don't cheat. We don't leave right away. Okay, just get that in your head. So what we're gonna do is we're going to try and see what's going on. Now, see, I went through this. I went through this with an ex. When he
Okay.
went through something, he dealt with it on his own. He didn't want to talk about it. He didn't want me to help. Even when he was sick, he didn't even want me to take care of him when he had a
He was in the
cold
cave.
or whatever. He wanted to deal with it himself. And so I would try to get it out of him. He didn't want to talk about things.
Okay.
Didn't really know what was going on. Even after he was back into his normal state, everything was swept under a rug. He didn't want to talk about anything. And you know how hard that is to not know what he went through, and he chose to go through it by himself and did not include me. So yeah, we recognize signs, but if the man still don't open up after a while, what is that we can do? That means that I feel like you don't trust me with these feelings. You don't trust me with your issue. You don't even trust me enough, even after you figured it out, to even talk to me about it.
And this is an area that men have to get better, because we will have less cave moments if we learned how to properly communicate before. Because you got to understand, and like I said, I didn't want to get into it, but one of the reasons why, a man going in cave is because there's something that happened to him that he don't know the answer to. There's a question he don't know. How am I going to pay this bill? I don't know how I'm going to pay this bill, so he'll end up in a cave moment. It could be another. So
he ended up in that cave for 2 weeks and then deny the woman sex.
Well, all I know is that he's in the cave moment. There's something that's going on. There's either something that he's either going there for protection, or he's going there to get a solution. You know what I'm saying? But he's going there, and he's gonna stay there until he get an answer. I'm not saying that is right. I'm just saying that that's what happened. We as men have to do better in articulating when we're going through some things. But our makeup tells us that we supposed to have the answer. So instead of looking at our wife and saying, "Baby, I don't know how I'm gonna handle this problem," we'll retreat and go in the cave until we get an answer. Then we're gonna come back out and we're gonna handle our business. Not saying
what if you
right.
retreat in that cave and you never get an answer? When you could have came to your wife or your woman the first time, and she might have had the answer.
Absolutely.
And now you done isolated yourself for 2 weeks. You done denied her sex. You done put her in a whole mental hospital for 2 weeks because now she's mentally trying to figure out what the heck is going on with this man. Right. When the whole time you'd have talked to her, she could have had the answer for you.
And now you know why 80% of women file for divorce. Now you know why all those men come and say, "I don't know why she left me," because I promise you, I talked to 1,000 I talked to them, and I know that every single one is going to have the same story, and that first story is going to be, "I did everything that I'm supposed to do. I don't understand why she left me." And that's because of that disconnect that you just talked about. So I'm not saying that is right. It's real. And that's what we deal with on Live and Eric and SoSo. We deal with real stuff. And so I'm good with it. So I'm not telling you that is right. But what I'm saying is, if we just draw that line and say this is how it's gonna be, then we're never going to move relationships further if we just draw that line and say, "Okay, man, if you do this, then I'm going to do that." There's going to have to be a place where I'm going to have to consider you, mate. I'm going to have to consider you, wife. Wife going to have to consider husband and say, "You know what? If my foundation was built off of love, then at some point, man, that's going to have to mean something."
But here's the thing: when you in the beginning of a relationship, right, and you do the whole conversation and you talk, blah blah blah, and the sex talk come up, and you say, and you agree, sex is a big part of the relationship. Right. So then you say, "Well, if you deny me sex, it's not gonna. And it's for a non-medical reason. Depression is like a medical reason. So if it's for a non-medical reason, or if it is for a medical reason, as far as like depression, and you don't try to get the help for it, and then you keep denying me the sex because you're depressed, I will leave." And more than likely, I promise you, that person, more than 9 times out of 10, you might be one of the few, would agree and say, well, the same thing. If I'm telling this man that, hey, sex is important to me, when we start building this relationship and we start, having sex, and we live together, we in a strong relationship or we married and we've been having sex consistently, and then you all of a sudden deny me sex for 2 weeks with no explanation, then and I keep trying to reel you in, it may not be a good relationship after that. Either I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying, be tick for tat, do it to you once you're ready to have sex with me. I'm going to not have sex with you so you can see how I feel. I can be petty like that, or mentally I'm going to leave, or I'm going to start not my trust is going to start. Yeah, I'm going to losing. You're going to start losing my trust because of that.
Need you when this is over, and our time is up. But I need you to replay this. Don't even focus on my part. I just want you to hear what you said, and then we'll talk.
I hear what I'm saying.
We'll talk later. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk
about what I'm saying.
You know, because I think you're showing out for the internet. I think that's what you're doing.
No. SoSo don't show out. SoSo don't show out.
I know you don't.
But it's not, the relationship is not built on sex. It's just the whole fact of how he's handling the situation. See what I'm saying? That's the point I think you're missing. You're looking at it as I'm saying, oh, sex is the foundation. If you deny me sex for 2 weeks with no explanation as to why, you just don't want me to touch you. You just don't want to touch me. No matter how sexy I get, no matter what I try to do, spruce up sex, you just don't want it, and you just cannot. You don't have a reason why. Let's take out of the death. Let's take out the depression. Let's take out the medical. It's you being you, yourself, healthy and all. Okay. You all of a sudden don't want to have sex with me. In my head, I'm going to think either you mentally left me or there's somebody else.
Okay, so
that's the only two things, and you're not telling me yay or nay to neither one.
Okay.
Now, that's fair. I'm going to mentally leave you, or I'm going to get somebody else.
So I'm good. I understand that. So, so this is where proper communication has to come in, and he have to do a better job in voicing what's going on. I mean, it may not be agreement. It may not be depression. It could just be, he could be tired because of, whatever the case. Yeah, whatever the case may be. What I'm saying is, we just have to have a conversation, because if I'm understanding you now, you're saying that you'll be okay with not having sex for those multiple weeks if you articulated to me what your problem is. Am I right?
Your problem has to be a real reason why. Okay, if you so just tell me, well, I'm just tired.
You're gonna
I'm just tired.
You're tired. You're gonna be the prosecutor.
If you're telling me you're just tired, and you're tired for 2 weeks, tired from what? For 2 weeks? You tired of me for 2 weeks?
Yeah,
what? For 2 weeks you're tired. But let the tables roll, and I deny you for 2 weeks, and then I just say I'm just tired. Would you accept that? That's my excuse. I'm just tired. I don't want you touching me, and it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks pass, and I still have.
If I was in that scenario, you know what I would do? I mean, real talk.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume. I mean, I'm talking about that same scenario. I would assume that there's something that I'm not doing, and I need to go. I need to go to work. I need to figure it.
But what if? That's what I'm saying. What if you tried? What if you tried to spruce it up?
No.
What if and then she's still denying you?
Then you can accept the fact that whatever like she could be ready to leave, and that's a real thing.
That's what I'm saying. She mentally left.
Yeah, that's a real. But I would not leave her. I would not leave. If she has mentally checked out and she has no more desire for me, then that's okay, because I made a covenant to her. I made a covenant. I made a covenant to God on behalf of her. So what she does really don't concern me. Is what I do is what really I can control. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? So I
don't. What if y'all wasn't married?
I don't deal with those type of relationships.
So you don't deal with relationships not being married?
No, I understand that, but what I'm saying is,
you gotta
my platform does not. I know what you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
Because we got unmarried people watching too, so they need the unmarried advice too.
Well, I mean, then
This is your platform also, and everybody on this is not married.
okay. All right. So answer the question again.
I said, what if you weren't married and she did that? She
Okay.
decided she was just tired and didn't want to have you to touch her for 2 weeks.
Okay. Then if she's not married, then there is no commitment. Okay. And you and her have every right to do
But
whatever
there's
you want.
commitment.
No, I
You know,
mean,
you're in an exclusive relationship. You only seeing each other. You're
but
working at the point towards marriage.
well, I mean, you know, I'm just you say, well, how would I look at it? And what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying is, you know, there's rules, okay? And the deal is that, if I'm dealing with a married couple, I'm dealing with a covenant, okay? If you're not married, then I'm not dealing with a covenant. Okay, that's the only thing that I'm saying. So
Mhm.
I think that, I would rather you guys figure this out now, okay, and don't get married and do however you want to do, than to make this commitment to each other and then find out that your relationship was based on sex that would not last 2 weeks after sex, without sex, and then get a divorce. So it's real clear. If you're not married, then it's okay. There's no rules to do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Pack up and leave
The
that night.
relationship is not based off sex and will survive
Oh,
2 weeks
oh
without
yeah.
having sex
I asked
if
you many
there is
times.
reason behind that 2 weeks of not having sex. You're missing that point. If there's no reason behind it, the
It's
relationship will still probably go on,
so
but it
okay.
just won't be the same
Let me
because
just
now
say
I'm
this.
snooping.
Let
You
me
done
say that
opened up the box for me to snoop
because you
because I'm
keep
gonna touch
saying
you.
that you keep saying I'm missing over the there's no reason. Okay, but
Because even
here,
if you're married, you want a reason as to why all of a sudden we were just humping in a bed every night
but listen, so
or
there
every
is a
other night
reason.
and every
There's a
other night.
reason.
So, oh, I'm tired.
No, 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 no.
But
Listen,
you get up and go to
listen,
work.
listen. There's a reason. It's just not articulated, and that's what I'm saying is that he has to do a better job in expressing his feelings. So there is a reason. You don't know the reason, but that's a
And that's the
difference.
problem. And that's why the
That's where we in
relationship,
agreement at. You,
that's where the marriage or the significant the relationship is going to struggle
I
because
totally
of
agree.
the lack of communication. And
I
then
totally
you're
agree.
gonna miss past the whole the two you're gonna miss even past, okay, you ain't hit it for 2 weeks. You guys gonna go to why, you know what I'm saying, you acting like this. Why are you not trying to be intimate with me? Why you stop? Why did all this stop? And if you
Man,
can't give me an answer, it's basically you mentally checked out, you
yeah,
know,
but God, I just
and it
think
is what it is. And I got to accept that you mentally checked out. I just got to prepare myself when you physically checked out, you know? So I got to do my job to make sure I'm straight once you're ready to leave or I'm going to leave first because I don't be letting nobody break up with me. So it's
yeah, see that, and I get it. And see that is that's your foundation, and this is that created your thought process. You know what I'm saying? Because there, and you're
sex
going
is not
off of some.
the foundation of my relationship.
Well, it's
It's a
it's what
part
you're
of my
building on.
relationship.
It's definitely what you're building on.
No, it's not what I built it on. I built it on communication. If you can't tell me why, then there's something wrong. Okay? If we can't try if you can't trust me to tell me why,
Mm-hmm.
if you can't communicate with me, if you don't have a reason, if your only reason is I'm tired and then you leave it at that, then that's the problem. Like I said, it ain't even just the sex for 2 weeks. It's the reason behind it. It's the problem. It's the why you haven't touched me and you can't give me the why.
Okay.
That's the reason. So it ain't the sex of the foundation. It's the reason for the lack of.
Right.
Like you have not talked. You telling me, oh, I'm just tired, but you still kicking it with your friends. You still going to get them going to work every day. But when you come home to me, you're just tired. So that's the problem.
That yeah, that's a problem. But that should
That's a
be a
big part.
problem. That should be a problem that that two adults should be able to sit down at the table and say, hey, this is what's going on. This is what I'm gonna need.
But if that one adult don't know how to express his feelings, and he got to go in his man cave for 2 more weeks to understand his feelings,
he's gonna have
then
to
it's
do
a problem.
better. Yeah, he's gonna have to do better.
Gotta get better.
Send him over to me, and I can help him process through that.
Okay, when I find him, I will, because
I'm good at that. Okay?
When I find him, he might not even last long enough to even send to you.
Especially if you have this type conversation, it's gonna be tough for him to sign on to a second date. It's gonna be pretty tough.
No, it won't. I guarantee you, he will feel the same way. I'm gonna ask. So I told you I was dating somebody.
Right.
So I'm gonna ask. I know, so we can't have it our love for this. We can still do the love for the love of so it just won't be real like flavor and stuff. But anyway, so if I had this conversation, and I'm actually gonna have this conversation with him. I shared this thing with him, so I don't know if he's watching tonight. I want to have this conversation with him, and I guarantee you, I'm not even gonna say what I would do. I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask him what he would do. Okay, and I guarantee you, he's going to say the exact same thing that I said. If you don't have a valid reason to why you are denying me sex for 2 weeks, it's a problem. So here we got some comments. Let me see. I think this was Marquise. This was Marquise. He's I actually waited 2 months, but that is what she required from the beginning of the relationship. Yeah, the beginning of the relationship is different. Yeah, you trying to know each other. You don't want to just build it off sex and whatever. Absolutely. You want to mentally know if you even want to have sex with this person.
Right.
So, Anthony Terrell Monix Jr. said it's okay for her to deny sex. Hopefully, she communicates what the issue is. And then he said, "You won't keep doing it if you want me around, though." Exactly. It's as long as it's okay. It's not really if it's 2 weeks and he's like, I'm like, why haven't you touched me in 2 weeks? I haven't been feeling myself. I've been feeling down lately. You know what I'm saying? I haven't even been able to get up. You know what I'm saying? I haven't even been able to get aroused. It's not you. It's just a lot that I'm going through right now. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah. Okay, cool. That's the reason. That's a valid reason. Why you haven't touched me in 2 weeks? Oh, I just been tired. That's not a valid reason.
Right. And if I'm understanding, you're also saying that you would be okay with your significant other if for whatever reason you in the same situation where you deny him sex, you're okay for him to leave you. You're okay.
If he feel like he want to leave, but see, here's the thing: I'm an open book. If he's not even gonna have to go 2 weeks without knowing why I'm not feeling this.
Well,
the first night.
This is why I keep saying you trying to be. This is why I'm saying you trying to be you're trying to be the judge, the jury, and the prosecutor because you're trying to set up the rules for everybody. I'm not setting
it. I'm talking me. You said I would be okay if he leaves me after 2 weeks.
Right.
I would not. I'm an open book. I'm not going to hold back 2 weeks before he knows why I don't want to have sex with him.
But what if knowing why is still not good enough? He's just focused on the fact that he's denying.
He can go. Bye.
Thank you. Okay.
If you don't understand my reason, that means that you're not trying to understand me like I tried to understand you and your reasons for denying me for 2 weeks. And if you gave me a valid reason and I stood by you with that valid reason and I understood it, but then I give you a valid reason, you're like, no, I'm not having it, then you're not for me. And so I guess this is the end. I'm going to be hurt, but I've been hurt before and I got over it.
Out of curiosity, before we go, because
Huh?
Out of curiosity, tell me what are the valid reasons. I'm just a couple of them. What would be a good?
I just told you if he just said, I just haven't been feeling myself. I can't even get aroused. It's just something that's going on with me personally, and I just can't. Even if I try, I just can't get aroused. Please just give me some time. Okay, I can't force you to get aroused. You got to be able to. You got to feel it to get aroused. Right. You know what I'm saying? And give you some time. I'm not gonna go into the why. Well, why you can't get aroused with me? Is it me? No, you just told me what it is, and so the old me would have been questioning you, and then that would have turned you off even more. The more mature me would say, okay, I understand. I'll give you some time. You know what I'm saying? But if it's just, I'm just tired. Then no, that's not a valid reason. Why are you just tired of me? Now I'm going to go into the whys. because now I'm a woman of detail. I need more detail into your answer because that's not enough answer for me.
Right.
Because I can't just turn over and tell you I'm tired and it's 2 weeks that I've been tired for 2 weeks and that's been my answer for 2 weeks. I couldn't do that to you.
Right.
Because you wouldn't like it.
Right.
And even if I told you that, well, I haven't been feeling myself, I just can't even get aroused or whatever, you probably wouldn't even have that answer. That answer probably wouldn't even be valid enough for you. You probably would still try to be kissing on me, try to touch me in hopes that I can still get, a sexual feeling. Because that's what men do.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that I mean, but we do know, and we should know when no is no. And
you should, but sometimes they feel like since we're already together, that no can be they can make that no turn into a yes. And sometimes the woman would just give in and she'll just lay there. And is that the sex you want? Where she's just like, okay, forget it because he ain't gonna stop trying. Like
I'm pretty sure a lot of women do that.
Wake her up until she falls asleep.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's I believe the woman should be able to say no, but I also believe that a lot of women have sex, that they don't really want to have. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, plenty of times.
And men do too. It's like, okay, I don't want to do it, but we'll do it. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the deal. So yeah, I can see that happening. I can see it happening.
Okay, closing remarks, if we have any, because
well, I mean, I'll say this real quick. My foundation is that no one should be denying the other person's sex. It should not be a form of manipulation. I do believe that if somebody is going through something, like in my case, like if a woman is going through some things to where she just don't feel herself, then it's some things, then I think men should respect that. I also believe that that we have to do a better job in what we call foreplay, and that's what I commented on. Because a lot of times we think of foreplay is just in the bedroom, but I learned that foreplay really starts, hours before you get there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's sending those text messages. You work your way up to it because you want it to be something that's welcome, to receive. And then, and I also believe that relationships should be built on something that can weather the storm, and that storm could be it can literally be hey, I was in an accident and I got paralyzed, and I literally, no matter how bad I want to have sex, I can't. And we should be you should have something in you that says, you know what, yeah, I'm good. I'm good because I made a commitment to you. And and to the ones who's not married, and I would say that it's if you with somebody, and I mean, listen, you're not married, so you can do whatever, but there's still a right way that you can do that, because people are still people and they got feelings. That's it. That's my closing remark.
That's a good remark. That's a good closing remark. I agree with you. So, okay.
But
okay, so mine is basically communication is everything. It's everything. Don't ever leave your partner having to question your reasons why. You're having to question your actions. If you're not ready to communicate with your partner, then you're not ready to be in a relationship. You're not ready to be in a marriage. That's number one. That's the number one thing with me is a pet peeve of mine is when I'm talking to you or I'm trying to call you, I'm texting you and you do not reply in no time of that day. We're dating and I text you and you don't text back, or I call you and you don't return that call for 24 hours. Or if we're in a relationship, we're in a household together and something going on with you and you decide not to talk about it. okay, you're not ready to talk about it right now. But at some point, you have to talk about it. You have to know how to communicate. Communication is the biggest thing. So then you won't have that 2 week spurs because it won't go 2 weeks without you knowing why. Because when you communicate, if you're not feeling it that day, then you're gonna tell each day you will tell that person like, well, this is what's going on. The first day you're gonna tell this person what this is what's going on with me. I'm just really not feeling it today. I'm just, what I'm saying. And then the next day you'll be like, I'm so sorry, it's not you. I'm just not in the mood. I just have not been in the mood. I don't know what's going on with me. Maybe I need to go see a doctor. Maybe I need some counseling. Please just give me some time to figure this out. So now your spouse or your person knows that, okay, when she's ready or when he's ready, he's going to come to me because I know now that they got something going on that they need to fix, and it's something that I cannot fix. They have to get fixed themselves internally. Right. So when they're ready, I'm ready. I'm not mentally gone. I'm not, losing trust or any of that because I know from the beginning what's going on with my partner. And I don't have to keep asking and wondering 2 weeks passed and why haven't you want to have sex with me? Because I already know why. Communication is the key, it's the foundation, it's the key, it's everything in any relationship, really. But in a relationship where you're trying to grow and build a lifetime with somebody, if you can't communicate those simple things of what's going on with you and or whatever, you don't trust that person with your feelings, and you don't need to be with that person. And I just say work on yourself and your communication before you even get in a relationship.
That's good.
Period.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Good job, man. Good job. Good show. Good show.
Good show. So I have a surprise for you before we go. So okay. I know, I sent you a thing to help me write this book, and you never got to it. So I started writing another book. It's called Tales of Love and War. It's a book of short love stories, right? So I'm gonna have probably 10 stories in there, 10 short love stories in the book. So I already completed my 6th story. I was going in with the co-author, but we haven't even read the stories I sent them to. And I think I sent them to you too, and I don't even think you read. I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, you ain't get the new stuff. Okay, so because I had wrote my first 3 and I was sending them off to people who I trusted to read and give me feedback. And so I thought I sent it to you. I probably didn't. I will. But anyway, I just finished my 6th story, so I got 4 more stories to go. And I just did the cover for it. So I want you to tell me how you think of the cover. I don't know if you can see it. What do you think?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
You see it?
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah. I like that.
So that's the cover for the book.
Okay.
That's my girl Nikki right there, little sexy stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So yeah, so these are all this me. This is Nate. This is Verse. This is Nikki again, and then that's Nikki. Yeah.
All right. So
that's the cover for it. It'll be out soon because I got just 4 more stories to write, and then it starts. So yeah, nice. So I'm proud. I'm proud of it. It was really hard for me to come up with 10 different stories, like 10 different scenarios. I got to come up with 10 characters and 10 different stories. And so once I finish the book and the book is out there or whatever, I'm of course going to publish it. I'm also going to sell it at my event on my birthday. And then I'm actually going to turn this book into a series. So it'll be nice. This is the first book, and then I'm going to write a second book. So this will be the first season, and each story in the book will be an episode in that season.
Nice.
And the second book will be another series. So it'll be season 2 with all the different stories for each episode. So it'll be 10 episodes a season from each 10 stories in the book.
Love it.
So that would be like my next filming.
I love it. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
And then I want to also, before we go, I know I was trying to end at 9:30, like going at 10. So Marquise Wells is also a really dope rap artist. He's a hip hop artist. He's young, he's fresh, he's special. Okay, that's the one who was commenting most on the post. And I hope he's still on. I'm not sure if he's still on or not, but I just want to just brag on him because he's so dope. So I put up a couple of his. He had 15-second videos that I kind of stole off his page, and I've been sharing everywhere. And so I want to just play these little videos, these 15-second videos of his rap, if you don't mind.
No, I don't want to see it.
His name is TMH, which is the Most High, and then it's High Chief. So it's TMH High Chief. That's his stage name, and he's super dope artist, super dope. So here's one of his songs.
In the city of the meanest non-believers, where niggas covered in blood, but they don't believe in Jesus. Thick girls find egregious reasons to show their cleavage, while big girls catching semen in real wide receivers. What's up, High Chief? It's really nice to meet you. You came in.
Nice.
So that was
Nice.
just
Nice.
15.
Oh, I
And
like
this is
that.
Yeah, this feel like a dream. Shout out to DJ She, he get me good on everything. My daughter told her mama she saw daddy in the magazine, and he was fresher than tomorrow morning mixed with Listerine. Go to church and supreme, by any means. I'ma praise the God that give me strength.
Oh man, he got that De La Soul feel.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's so Lupe, so Kendrick Lamar type vibe.
Debate for it. I don't need to say more. Why the hell you think I went and put it on my face for? He used to go up in your home while you sleep. Little ass nigga held his own in the street, wearing 6 gold rings, 2 gold chains over his black tee, with an iPhone 10 in the house with a freak watching bounce tee.
Nice. That sounds like that track sounds familiar. Like
The way the flow of it, yeah.
Yeah. Like
I can't remember what it is. I can't, yeah, but it's a flow. So
I'm from Chicago where the hustlers don't sleep. I grew up off Deep House and now it's Bounce TV. Flaming hot chips and cheese, can I get some extra meat? I love my baby, she don't mind if I put diamonds in my teeth. She texts me WID, yeah, every day she say, hey babe, good morning.
Oh man,
so yeah,
that's
so
good
he's
stuff, man.
But
That's
he's
good stuff.
yeah, so like check out his music. His music is so dope. Like he gotta be on, he deserved to be on every stage. Because
Yeah, that's
I
real
heard
good
him,
stuff.
he came out to my show on Tuesday and he performed. He told me too, he's like, I'm special. And I was like slow? And he's like, no, I'm special. Like I write my music is special, it's different. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, I'm like, yeah, I was wondering. I'm like, dang, nobody never really came up and told me that they were slow before. You know, like he wasn't saying that he was slow. He's saying like, and he is. He's very special. He's so professional. He's so well mannered. You know what I'm saying? Respectful. Like it's just he gets like the whole package. And so I'm like, I gotta like just shout you out. I gotta like share you, promote you as much as I can wherever I can. It's whatever platform I have or whatever. Because when you're a dope person, you're a dope artist, you're professional. Then you know, so he came on time, everything. Like I gotta, you know, just
I'm with
put you out there, baby. Put you out there.
That's good. That was good stuff. I mean, I really from those seconds, I'm really feeling him, man. Good job, man. And, you know,
yeah, CMH, the Most High Chief is his name.
High Chief.
Well, his name is Marquise Wells on Facebook, but on Instagram it's TMH. It's parentheses TMH and then then High Chief. TMH High Chief. That's his name on Instagram.
So put a link out there so we can go and follow and show support. You put it in the group.
Let me see and put it in the comments.
Okay.
There we go. In the comments, that's his name. And so yeah, so follow him. He's great. He's awesome. And then I'm just gonna throw out, of course, gotta throw this out there.
I put that on my life, I'ma ride till I die. Everything's okay, long as she's by my side. It won't be no Joey without Jordy. Real true hip-hop love story.
That's coming out this fall. I'm excited. We're with this late fall, it should be out. Yeah, so Joey and Jordy Hip Hop Love Story. That's coming. It's coming soon. So yeah, I got a lot going on here. The book, the movie,
I love it.
the Tuesdays, all that stuff. So yeah, so that's it for me. What about you?
Man,
wait, no, it's not. Hold on. I got one more.
Okay.
I was looking for this. Oh shoot, why is that there? That's not there, man. You can't see it. It's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be in somewhere else, and I don't know where. Oh well. I can't show it. Oh, here you go. Hold on. Put it in the wrong spot. There. So every Tuesday it's a party. All right. I host a Tuesday night party. It's live entertainment, like music, hip hop, poetry, comedy, Every Tuesday, me and my uncle, comedian Kane, we host this at Rock Item Bistro at 100 Nugent Square in Glenwood, Illinois. DJ J Party, it's dope DJ. He's on the ones and twos, and they have good food and drinks at the bar. It's only $10 to get in to have this party with us. Doors open at 8. We close at 12. Come out if y'all in the area, if y'all in the Chicagoland area, come out and have a party with us. We do old school like 90s. We do a sing-along karaoke with all the 90s R&B, men and women. We got 4 mics that we pass around. Everybody can sing along. We get for mature audiences only. We do not promote any music, comedy, or poetry that promote gangs, violence, or heavy drug use. Y'all will not be getting a RICO case on us.
Wow.
Right? So
that's that. Job. All right.
Now,
send us out of here, man. It's on you.
All right. So what do you got? Your Power of Two book, and I know you got some. I know you working on something else. You be trying to keep that stuff hidden.
Hey, I'll tell you about it next time. Look, I did 2 hours before this show, a 2-hour live, and so.
Whose fault is that? I knew. I'm like, he gonna do a show before this show. He gonna be all tired and stuff when he comes to this show. Yeah.
Now you brought out the good stuff, and because I really enjoyed this. But I couldn't do it. I normally do it on Tuesday. Yeah. Or whatever. But anyway, I couldn't do it. So they rescheduled. And so I did it. So anyway, it worked out.
Let's reschedule an hour before my other show start. That's good.
And I thought I had time, but I literally had about 10 minutes to kind of shift gears. Yeah. So
wow. Good thing I scheduled it at 8:30 and not 8 o'clock.
Right, exactly. I will admit to that. But yeah, that's all I got. That's it. That's all I got. All right.
Yeah, that's all okay, good. All right. Well, we'll thank you guys again for watching. See you guys next week with a new topic. And we appreciate y'all. Hey, we forgot to tell y'all to follow us. To subscribe to our YouTube page, Live with Eric and SoSo. Also like and share. Oh, share our YouTube page too. But also like and share our Facebook page, Live with Eric and SoSo. And share this podcast, y'all. Share this show. Absolutely. And, because I want to comment. I want to hear everybody's thoughts on this because, me and Eric is not really seeing eye to eye on this. But I want to see if somebody, what y'all think about this. So comment on this. If y'all missed it, just replay it. It'll be on our page. It'll be on my main social media page. If you're part of my main social media page, it's Sophia. No, it isn't. It's SoSo Latrice, Latrice. Trying to change it because people think my first name is Latrice, so they be calling me Latrice, so they think I'm saying I'm SoSo Latrice. So I gotta figure out how to change my name on Facebook. So yeah, and then y'all can follow me on Instagram _TheRealSoSo_. Where can they follow you at?
I'm Eric Kirk. That's KIRK. Eric without a K. On Facebook and on Instagram, I am Eric Kirk, the relationship guy. On IG. That's it.
All right. Well, Eric seems like he's tired, so I'm gonna get him off of here and let him go. Thank you guys again for watching. We'll see you guys soon. Good night.
Yeah, done. Say I can't win. Hey. Say I can't win. Say I came to win, yeah, only do it for the wins. I hope the Lord forgive me for my sins. I wanna kick this knowledge to my friends. I tell her come and then she asked me when. I thought I finished it until the end. I'm on my bankroll, never been. I follow legends, you just follow trends. Bitch, I'm only in this game for the wins, yeah, wins. I'm only in this game for the wins. I hope the Lord forgive me for my sins. I wanna kick this knowledge to my friends. I tell her come and then she asked me when. I thought I finished it until the end. I follow legends, you just follow trends. Bitch, I'm only in this game for the win. We don't take L's, bitch, we take taking lessons. I done turned hard work into blessings. I done turned blood money to investments. I done smoke an ounce of rush to keep them stressing. I've been getting money since my adolescence. I love that black nap, but the judge be my weapon. Come from a city where niggas be stepping. Lace on my Nikes, you know that I'm stepping. I ain't just rapping. Take off my hat because I am not captain. She drive the boat and bitch, I am the captain. Go to the boat up and stack off the craps. And the roulette, there's one in the chamber, play Russian roulette. I'm here for the win, double down on my bet. Importer from Cali, I smoke on the best. I'm finding no stylist, I dress to impress. Notorious flowing Tupac.